Well, kia ora and welcome into the Harness Half Hour, proudly brought to you by HRNZ Marketing. I'm Jess Smith, and this week on the show we talk to Dylan Ferguson following his top lot purchase at Karaka. Also Debbie and Mark Smith of Shard Farm after they sold the equal highest lot at the Christchurch sales. Kirk Larsen on his recent purchases for the Own the Moment syndicate. Robyn Clapperton from the Cambridge Raceway on the upcoming Ladies' Night for Team Teal. And as usual, Richard Wilson is here for our bookmaker update. But first, here are the headlines. It's been a huge week for breeders, preparers, handlers and buyers at the Standardbred yearling sales. NZB Standardbred held the sales at Karaka and Christchurch for the first time under their banner and by all accounts were a huge success. The top lot at Auckland was a colt by Art Major out of Good Looking Girl purchased by Rogerson Bloodstock from Brecon Bloodstock. And in Canterbury, Shard Farm sold the Shard for $170,000, which was soon equalled by Dave and Dawn Kennedy, who sold Bodine Big Time also for $170,000, capping off a huge sale for the Southern Bred Southern Red team. Saturday saw the time-honoured features held at Ashburton in the Sapling Stakes, which was won by Smooth Deal, and the Hambletonian for 3-year-old trotters, which was won by Lotta Muscle. The Waikawaiti Cup was won by Air Park Flyer. The 5-year-old son of Dali has now won 7 times during his career, and 6 of those wins have come this season. And the Miracle Mile field is set for this Saturday. Tagatara faces a test from Barrier 7, while the Fixer draws 2, Chase Auckland draws 3, and Spankham draws 6.
Well, Dylan, we're probably only about an hour into the sale and you've already been very busy on the buyer's bench, $100,000 lot and $190,000. What kind of preparation goes into looking at these horses?
We sort of started off by, wanted to pick the best horses out of the catalogue, and we were lucky that the 2 that we purchased, their type and conformation matched their pedigree, so it was a bit of a no-brainer. We wanted to buy the best, and we think we have so far, so hopefully we started off on a good note.
Yeah, I guess that's the pressure, you know, you've got the nail-biting part over where you've actually secured them, but now the work's got to go in.
Yeah, exactly. Like as I say, they were two of the better lots in the catalogue, so now we've got them, we've got to try and fill the boxes with probably a bit lesser type and a bit lesser pedigree, so yeah, try and find the cheaper ones in the next 100 or so lots, hopefully.
So you're of course involved with Graham Rogerson. You started out with him and now you've gone back to his team, and what is your role with him?
I'm at the moment stable foreman, potentially going to sort of look for a partnership at maybe at the start of next season or something like that, but he's been great in supporting me, and it's very much a hobby for him compared to the scale of his galloping operation, obviously, but I couldn't have asked for better support, obviously today with the sales, but yeah, to have someone with a bit of money behind you and who wants to see you do well is all you can ask for in this industry, and hopefully it can be a lucrative partnership for both of us.
And when you're looking at the horses, does Roger have an input? Does he have a type he wants to look at, and do you advise as well?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of both. Today's the first day he's seen most of the yearlings. Me and Dad have been around all the tours and that, so I sort of just went to him with a short list and he just gave them the tick of approval. So yeah, it's a bit, as I say, the 2 that we've bought so far had the best pedigree, so we're obviously on the same page straight away.
And going forward, is he going to syndicate? You know, are you looking for new owners? You're always welcome to take them on? Oh,
I think so. I'm not too sure what he's got planned for those 2, obviously, but knowing Graham, he'll rope someone into ownership with him, and but certainly if anything we purchase and you see our name next to them and you're half interested in them, just contact the office and flick them an email. I'm sure he'll be more than welcome to some owners, that's for sure.
And as a young trainer driver, you know, as you say, this is a great launching pad for your career. Is there a bit of adrenaline when you're bidding on a horse at that price? Oh,
definitely. As the last few years, I've looked at the bottom 5 lots in the catalogue and waited for them to pass in and gone round the back and seen if I could do a deal, and now I've just got to rule those ones out. So it's certainly been a nervous week, just making sure I've done everything right and crossed the T's and dotted the I's, but hopefully, definitely with these 2 purchases, hopefully they can reward us back for taking a liking to them, and they might take a liking to us too.
Oh, Dylan, I know you've got plenty more to look at and bid on, so we'll let you go, but well done.
Thank you, cheers.
And of course, time now for our social media news headlines. Starting off with New Zealand, Team Teal has hit the halfway mark and already we've hit $14,000. Well done to everyone who's won a race or donated so far. You can check out the HRNZ Facebook page to find out how you can nominate someone for the Flair Contribution to Team Teal Award too. So if you see someone that's going above and beyond in terms of fundraising or Team Teal events, then we want to hear from you. Also, Life After Racing, you can check out our Facebook page, HRNZ, of course the HRNZ Facebook page, for our Life After Racing competition that's in association with Dunstan Horse Feeds. From Australia, Kiwi Success, of course, features on Ashley Brennan's social media, with Spankum and the Fixer winning in Australia over the weekend. If you want to keep up to date with the latest photos and information from across the ditch, make sure you follow Ashley Brennan, that's ASHLEA Brennan, for the latest updates. And from the USA and Canada, it is time for the Dan Patch Awards. They were being held live on Monday, New Zealand time. Will Sharton be crowned Horse of the Year, or will it be McWicked? All will be revealed. So you can find out full information by following the USTA or also Heather Vitale. We're sitting outside the sale ring here at the Christchurch Agricultural Park, and of course this is day 2 of the sale, and joining me, very happy vendors / preparers, Debbie and Mark Smith. Mark, congratulations. Is it the best by $4,000 you've worked out?
It is, yes, it is, Jess. We've just averaged about 78,000 for the 5 lots we put through, and yeah, it's our best sale ever, yes.
And we spoke previously about Southern Bred, Southern Reared and the success behind that. Obviously the brand has helped, but you've got to have the bloodlines there too, don't you?
Yes, we're very lucky that we invested in Betters Light 2 years ago when we were picking our stallions, and they certainly produced the stock on the ground, and we had people, you know, the 3 Betters Light showing out of the box. We just lost count of how many people inspected them.
And speaking of the inspection, Debbie, how sore are your feet right now?
Yeah, it's pretty full on. I've just we did a 12-hour day yesterday and a 10-hour day today, and it doesn't stop. We've got to go and clean up, and we'll be sitting quietly down at a restaurant tonight having a good time with Southern Bred. So that's part of the deal, is that whoever tops the sale actually has to go and pay for the meal tonight with 30 or 40 people.
So at this stage, $170,000 for the Shard. When you're leading a horse through the ring and you're starting to hear those figures, what goes through your head, Debbie?
Well, I got kicked out from behind the rostrum when he hit 100,000 because that was my reserve, so I was able to actually sort of participate in the hype of going to 170, and had to ask the guy next door, was that 170? And he said yes, but it's pretty stunning, and it hasn't sunk in yet. Like, we've got all this work to do and then go home, and Friday will be the day where we go out for lunch and don't have to work, because we all have full-time jobs as well. So
I guess that is the major thing, because this isn't your full-time role, but I guess from what, pre-Christmas into now, that's your whole life, Mark.
It is virtually, you know, I do have a bread run to get up at 2 in the morning, work till about 8, but when you get home, you're continually, you know, preparing, washing, grooming, and we have actually had a couple of staff this year that have helped us out because we've had such a big draft, and they've all been so tremendous. The staff have been great. They really have been.
So how is it that you obtain mares of such a calibre? Are you constantly trading, buying, or how does that happen?
We're actually breeding our own. So Pemberton and Shard, who produced the Shard, we bred her and raced her, and we also bred Priscilla Shard and also bred Lady Gaga. So we've actually just kept the mares and bred them ourselves. So they're all homebred. Yes, they are, yeah.
And we've spoken a lot in the past about the type of standard bred that we're producing now, Debbie. What is some of the feedback that you're getting from the buyers around the type of horse that Shard Farm has?
Well, firstly, they're too fat, I'm told. But basically, they're well conformed and very well fed. Overfed, some would say. But we do that from birth or pre-birth. So all the mares at home are fed, even if they have grass, are fed some NRM nuts every day and lucerne hay, just to keep the vitamins up to them. It's really essential. Species, you know, they look short and round, and they go early as 2-year-olds, which is what people are after at sales like this. They're not all like that, but you know, the majority of them, they look the part. And we knew that Romeo Shard, who was our second top lot at 100,000, was pretty special because a lot of people liked him because he's a bit more athletic than the Shard who was smaller and compact and looked like a speedster. Fat.
Well, this is the one time that being fat is probably good. But in terms of the vibe of the sales this year, Mark, have you noticed a difference? There seems to be quite a few people here today, and there's been, well, as Debbie mentioned, there's multiple people walking them out.
Yes, there has been multiple people walking at our lots. I haven't had time to actually sit back and analyse, the whole 300 or lots that have been sold today because we've just been so busy. So no doubt the results will come out. But I went up to Auckland just for a look. I've never been to Karaka before, and I know the averages are up there, and I know the averages are up on the trotting sales. So let's hope it's flying through to all of today as well. So to give all the breeders a real good shot in the arm and a boost.
And Debbie, just finally, the staff that you have helping you out, you couldn't do this without them, could you?
As you get older, you realise that you're not as young as you used to be, and we've got 3-4 young ladies now that help us, and quite frankly, we couldn't do it without them. They've all been invited back next year. They're tremendous. 3 of them are very good, competent horsewomen, and one of them, all she does is clean up after the horses, offer them water and feed, and quite frankly we couldn't do it without them. That's what we used to do when we had smaller drafts ourselves and wonder why we couldn't walk the next day, but gone are those days, and we just pay them handsomely, and they come back every year, and we're a great team together, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Yes, we certainly are a great team.
Well, congratulations guys, and enjoy the party tonight.
Thank you, Jess. Yeah, shout farmers shouting, so just the southern bred ones, but yeah, we do shout southern bred out for the night.
Well, congratulations and safe travels home.
Thank you very much, Jess.
Well, of course, post-yearling sales time, the buzz around syndication and the new hope of ownership is all about us. And, of course, Own the Moment Syndicate, which Kirk and Michelle Larsen have set up, has been going great guns. And firstly, Kirk, can you tell us a bit about what inspired you and Michelle to start Own the Moment Syndicate?
Basically, after going to the Anthony McDonald seminar, sort of had a bit of a think about it and thought, well, he's probably got some relevant points, and thought we'll just, try sort of setting something up that may work, and that's how it sort of started, really. And also the fact that our son, who's 16, is just got his trials licence, and he's really keen on the industry, and I think we all know we need more owners and that sort of thing, and he'll need some horses to drive, so that was sort of the main reason behind it.
Well, fantastic. And, of course, the hard work of yourself and Michelle, the buy-in was pretty affordable and low monthly fees. But, of course, you had to find owners before you got the horses, which can prove a little bit difficult. But, remarkably, you've managed to get 81 people, 81 shares involved already.
Yes, no, it's, it's always going into the unknown. And, as you say, you like to sell them before you go to the sales, which is not always possible. But we're really pleased with the response, and it gave us the confidence to buy a couple of the sales, and and then there's even been a lot of interest since, so we are looking at the possibility of doing 3 horses, so we're just going to see how that goes over the next couple of weeks.
Fantastic. As you mentioned, so you're still actively seeking people if they're interested, but can you tell us, Kirk, about the 2 colts you bought, one at Karaka and one at Christchurch? You must be thrilled with their pedigrees.
Yeah, no, they're ones that I had on my bucket list, and horses on type, on breeding, I should say, that when we first went to sales we had marked, and probably a couple of them I didn't think we would get, but sales being sales, you just got to do your homework, and we were really impressed with the one we got in Auckland. He was a lovely type, and also the one in Christchurch, so both have really good mares, and really impressed with that.
Yeah, so one out of Sunbeach colt out of One Dream, and of course a colt out of Miss Elsie as well. So beautiful pedigrees. And I know, Kirk, already you've got a lot of people who are new to harness racing and haven't been owners before. So to be able to present them with pedigrees and proven stock like that is just priceless, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just to have a horse like the One Dream, his mother won $500,000. She's left 2 winners already. She's had a few foals that have had a lot of problems as far as getting hurt and never ever raced. So she's had 8 foals, but and she also hasn't had many colts. And this fella's a colt, and he's a lovely athletic type, and we're really pleased with him. And the one out of Miss Elsie, she won $140,000, and she's left a Derby winner and a Sapling Stakes winner, and her other foal won a race and also got hurt. So she's breeding record as well as being a really good mare. So being able to present people with calibre of those horses, they're not hard to sell.
Oh, most certainly. And of course, the aim of the syndicate, and certainly what Michelle has been pushing to people, is it's about entertainment. It's going to be a social group, and great to have Frank Bunce involved too. That'll certainly help get some shares going.
Yeah, no, Michelle's been in contact with Frank, and he's really enthusiastic, and he's planning on, trying to get down here for different occasions we have, and also, follow the horse and maybe come down and watch it race. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. And as I say, Michelle's been working pretty hard and behind the scenes, and there's a lot of work for her. But I think it'll all be worthwhile. And as I say, they're both lovely colts, and you'd be very surprised if they can't make racehorses.
Oh, most certainly. And of course, the main focus too of the Own the Moment syndicate is utilising social media and Facebook and Facebook Live. And I guess even though it may not be overly comfortable for some people to get involved in that, Kirk, you've really got to put yourself out there and make the communication open.
Yeah, definitely. He's probably one of those people not 100% comfortable, that sort of thing, but I think that's the way the industry's going. Modern technology, it's so easy to pass the information out to people, and Michelle's been doing that sort of camera work to our owners for several years now, and it's just a continuation, and you can do it with your mobile phones now, and once we get the list of people who are involved and get them all on the the web pages and Facebook pages and emails, it's pretty easy to keep in contact with everyone. So we'll be loading them up with as much information and as we can.
Fantastic. So if you're wanting to get involved Own the Moment Syndicate, you can get in touch with me here at HRNZ, or you can go to the Own the Moment Facebook page or get in touch with Kirk and Michelle directly. Kirk, thank you so much for your time. I guess now the pressure's on you to make something of these colts now. Yeah, we've just had the first one arrived home yesterday, and he's settling in quite good, and the next one's arriving on Sunday. So it'll be all, we'll give them a few, we'll give them a fortnight to settle in, and then we'll make a start on breaking them in and go from there. Well, of course, Team Teal well and truly underway, and as they did last year, Cambridge Raceway are putting on an event to help the cause. Joining me from Cambridge Raceway is Sponsorship and Sales Coordinator Robyn Clapperton. Robyn, thank you very much for your time. I understand you guys have a very special night coming up on March the 6th.
We do indeed, yeah. We've got quite a few exciting things happening on our ladies' evening, yeah.
Okay, so it is Ladies' Night, and as I mentioned, it's all about supporting Team Teal. But can you tell us a bit more about the theme of the night and what's going to be going on?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, our theme of the night is in support of Team Teal. So Team Teal is a harness racing New Zealand charity, and they're raising funds and awareness for ovarian cancer. So the evening's for a really good cause, and $5 from every ticket will go towards Team Teal. We've got Gemma McCaw coming to speak on health topics. So Gemma's a retired New Zealand hockey player. She's got a degree in sports science and a diploma in positive psychology and wellbeing. She's a columnist for Women's Day. So yeah, really drawing on her background to give us some insights on just how to live a healthier and happier life.
Yeah, well, I guess that is absolutely fitting given the Team Teal campaign and being aware about your health and getting checked out if something's not quite feeling right, whether that be relating to ovarian cancer or not. And I guess, Robyn, getting someone like Gemma McCaw is a massive deal.
Yeah, it is. And I think, from the brief time I spoke with Gemma on the phone, that's her background, but having a little one, she's only got a 9-week-old and she's coming up to speak. She was saying that, as women, we tend to be givers and we give for our family, we give for everyone. So just really taking stock and remembering to look after ourselves, because if we don't look after ourselves, we're not giving the best to our family, and it's giving ourselves permission to do that. So, we are really looking forward to having her here.
Oh, fantastic. So if you're wanting to hear Gemma McCaw speak, this is a wonderful opportunity, of course, Wednesday the 6th of March. Now, you mentioned, Robyn, that part of the tickets will go towards Team Teal, but what's included in those tickets? They're $45 each?
Yeah, so we're running our early bird promo at the moment, so they're $45, and included in that is canapes for the first hour, a goodie bag, a race book, and a drink on arrival. There's lots, so planned for the event. We've got spot prizes throughout the evening. Lulu's, just to name a couple, Lulu's have put up a concession card for their float pod, so that could be one on the night. Zealong Tea have donated a tea tour, so that's a voucher for 2 to go along and do the tea tasting there. Just a lot of exciting things happening on the night. We've got an area, so pop-up beauty stations. So we're going to have a wine tasting, Church Road wine tasting area.
Well, it sounds like there's plenty going on. And I'd imagine, Robyn, given that you're so close to Hamilton, you'd have a lot of businesses interested in coming along. But I guess for our racing audience listening to this is really an opportune time to maybe get your friends together and come and support this event. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's the Team Teal aspect, but I think just getting industry members along. Alicia will be interviewed on the night, so just, I guess, raising that awareness of women doing well in the industry. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. And if anyone's wanting to book, how can they go about that, Robyn?
So if they pop along to the Cambridge Raceway site and then just click on the Ladies Evening, it will take them to the page where they can purchase tickets, or they can flick me an email at robyn@cambridgeraceway.co.nz.
Fabulous, or via hrnz.co.nz if you're wanting further information. Robyn Clapperton, of course, from the Cambridge Raceway team, thank you so much for your time and really looking forward to this event.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jess.
Well, of course, as always, we chat to Richard Wilson, our harness bookmaker, I should say. And Richard, well, it looked like a busy enough week last week, starting off with Thursday in Forbury Park.
Yeah, there was quite a few meetings there, and Forbury kicked it off on Thursday. It was a pretty even start, really, to the week there. Punters and bookies getting a bit of the action on Thursday. Santana Lad, that was the one that hurt us the most there, Jess. Race 5, opened at 8.50, backed right into 4.80. Got home very well there, came with a huge late run. There was also plenty of bets on Belraj earlier on, race 3. That was 2.50 into 2.20. The largest bet there, $1,000 at 2.30. Thankfully, there was a couple of misses there. $2,500 to win and $4,000 to run the top 3 on Calendar Girls. That was at $6 to win, $2.30 for the top 3. And there was a decent push late for Pat the Monkey, $500 at 11, the biggest bet there. So the win by Cash Valley was quite welcomed by us.
Okay, and from what can be a tricky track to Alexandra Park Friday night, Auckland, of course, looks as though punters started off okay there. Yeah, got off to a great start there. Invictus doing the job for them in the first. That was 270 into 250, $2,000 at 260, the best bet. And then race 3, Eastern Bull gave nothing else a chance there, really. $1.45 into $1.40. There was a $10,000 bet at the $1.45. So, yeah, punters were off to a flyer. But it got pretty tough for them after that. There was large bets that missed there. $5,000 on Dell Sun at 280, $4,000 on Golden Quest at 240, $4,500 Max Shard at 165, and there was a $12,000 bet on Chevron Supreme to run the top 3 at 195. Okay, and of course on Friday night as well you had Addington, so a double header, and looks as though they were quite busy there too. Yeah, a lot of punting action there at Addington. Decent collects came with a $6,000 bet on Feel the Money, 210 just to run the top 3 there, $5,000 Mossdale Rose to win at 230, and $3,500 Donegal Art Chokin at 260. Luckily for us, there's a few bets to offset those. $3,000 Right You Are at 460, $3,000 on One Magic Kenny at 195, $2,250 on Majestic Hurricane at 290, and there was a $3,000 top 3 bet, Tracks of a Trains at 250. Yeah, looks as though punters really getting into those top 3s. And Saturday at Ashburton, of course, the juveniles taking centre stage there with the Sapling Stakes, which looks as though it wasn't a bad race for you. The whole day wasn't bad, Jess, but the Sapling Stakes itself, the punters knew what they were doing there, and to be fair, we sort of did as well. Smooth deal, justified the short quote, opened $1.55 into $1.50. There was $8,000 and a couple of $2,000 bets at the $1.55, $8.5 at the $1.50. So, yeah, punters got plenty off smooth deal.
He looks for the best so far to come out in the 2-year-old ranks. Nice collects also from Triple Bypass at 240. Having said that, in the same race, Philadelphia Freedom was possibly the best backed. It was the worst result for us there, so running second wasn't too bad. And Sunday Sun has been known to make quite a few mistakes in his career, but got supporters home at last at around about the $2.50 there. A couple we were most relieved to see get beaten. Spot On in race 9. There was a $7,000 bet at 210, $5,000 at 2, and another $4,000 at 190. So Spot On not winning was good for us. And Sales in the last, she was heavily backed, $13 into 7, $500 at 7, the largest, but there was a whole big stack of bets on her, so her going down was quite good too.
Okay, and from Ashburton on Saturday, we had the first day of the Waikawaiti meeting, which this year, Richard, is held at Oamaru. Of course, we've got day 2 today being Tuesday, but it looks as though the punters did okay there?
They certainly did, yes. 7 favourites got home there out of 11, so it was a good day for favourite backers. The best bet was a late $5,000 Air Park Flyer at $2. The worst result for us came earlier on, though. Candidasa winning race 4. Opened at $9.50, heavily backed into $6. There was a $400 bet at $7.50, the largest one. But, there was a whole heap of bets at every other price that we put up. So, Candidasa no good for us there. And also getting home for the punters, Bella Rosa, $1,000 at $3.90, the best one there. But, again, there was quite a few slightly smaller bets on that. And Baker Creek was also very solid at $3. Fiery Ferret, 8 into $6.50, didn't help us. And then to cap the day off, the Hope Stable, Ricky May, driven double in the last 2 races, won over the Stars, galloped early but not for very far, got home, a lot of loyal supporters there at $4.20, and 3 Ideas scored impressively in the last, $2.70 into $2.50. So, punters got the better of us there. One bullet we did manage to dodge was Averos Don, opened at $11, backed into 7, and that would have been a terrible result for us in race 7.
Yeah, we'll soon see if they back up on those options today. Of course, with day 2 for Waikawaiti at Oamaru being held today at the time of this release of the podcast, Tuesday. And as you do every week, Richard, you found a multi to inspire us. What have you lined up this time?
Yeah, not a bad little one on Sunday, $35 at Oamaru. Helga's Monarch at $3.70. Candidasa, the top price there, $9.50. And 3 Ideas in the last at $2.70. So at $35, returned a tick under $3,000, $2,956.29.
Yeah, and just through 3 horses as well. That is epic work from that punter. And in terms of the week ahead, as we mentioned, we've got Waikawaiti today, but gee, it's really going to start getting busy for you and your team.
It is indeed, yeah, Jess. New Plymouth on Thursday, Auckland with the Northern Oaks on Friday, along with Addington again. Stratford on Saturday, Cheviot at Addington, the Group 3 Leonard Memorial Stakes for the 2-year-old fillies on Sunday, along with Invercargill. So a few double-ups and some good racing coming ahead.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that, Richard. And, of course, we'll catch you in a couple of weeks with the show going on a bit of a break. But you're not heading out to M&M to get your gangster on this weekend?
No. My gangster days are well and truly behind me, Jess. What I can tell you, though, just about today at Waikawaiti, at Oamaru, it's been very quiet there. There has been a $500 bet on Double Rainbow in the first. That's probably the best backed at $2.60. And there is a bit of a mover, race 4, Magical Melissa, 10 into 8, and that one's running through quite a few multis, so maybe one for punters keep an eye on there.
All right, make sure you get on early, punters. Richard, thank you so very much, and we'll catch you again in a couple of weeks.
Yep, good on you, Jess. Yeah, have a good break.
And in coming up harness racing wise this week, we've got a pretty busy racing action week. Tuesday, we see day 2 of the Waikawaiti meeting at Oamaru. Thursday, Taranaki hold their twilight meeting. Friday night, it is Northern Oaks night at Alexandra Park. Of course, it's Team Teal race night there too. And Addington Raceway hold their international night on Friday as well. Saturday, Stratford will be taking place. And Sunday, we've got Cheviot racing at Addington and Invercargill also in action. And that's it for this week's Harness Half Hour. Thanks to HRNZ Marketing. Don't forget this This Friday, of course, is Team Teal Race Night at Alexandra Park. Make sure you buy your ticket and support this awesome event with portions of all ticket sales going towards Team Teal and assisting, of course, ANZCOG and the Women's Cancer Foundation. We've got a celebrity race there this week, of course, that features Brooke Howard-Smith, Melody Robinson, Frank Bunce, Dom Harvey and Tom Knowles, who's hit recent fame for the I'm Drinking It For You campaign. So it's going to be a great night and a great cause. So you can contact alexandrapark.co.nz or Kate and the team there to find out how you can get your tickets. And that's it for the show. Don't forget, of course, the podcast is now available on the Punters Lounge, which is via tab.co.nz, via Spotify and also iTunes.